Today's move is intended to help you clarify your writing by giving a little bit more context and a little bit more information to the reader right at the beginning of a sentence. We're going to call this move opening with context. Let's take a look at this sentence from Sherry Turkle, writing a personal essay for LitHub. Until I was 5 years old, my mother and I lived with her parents in Flatbush, Brooklyn. It's a pretty simple sentence, right? You can imagine writing a sentence like this. What I want to show you today, opening with context, is a way to give some clarifying information that tells when something is happening, where something is happening, or under what conditions something is happening in your sentence. You may have heard your English teacher talk about this before as an introductory phrase, and that's exactly what this is. So opening with context, it happens when we open the sentence, right? It's right here, until I was 5 years old. Now, there are a few things to know about opening with context. First, like I said, it tells you when, where, or under what conditions the rest of the sentence is happening. When did Sherry Turkle live with her mother and her grandparents in Flatbush, Brooklyn? Until I was 5 years old. The other thing you should notice is that this is not a complete thought. We call that a dependent phrase or a dependent clause. It depends on the rest of the sentence. So this could not stand alone. Until I was 5 years old. It's not enough. All opening with context phrases are like this. You'll also notice, conversely, that the rest of the sentence is independent. It can stand alone. My mother and I lived with her parents in Flatbush, Brooklyn. That works by itself, right? We just want to give a little bit of extra information, a little bit of clarifying context about when that was with this opening with context phrase. Now, because this cannot stand alone, because it's dependent, it has a comma after it. This comma separates this main part of the sentence from this little beginning contextual bit. This comma is absolutely necessary here. Now, when you're thinking about opening with context, you might start with a preposition. Prepositions help us establish where, above, beneath, next, near, between. You can find a quick list of common prepositions online. Or you might often begin with an awubis word. And that's what we're doing today. Awubis is just a really funny acronym for although, after, as, when, while, until, before, because, if, and since. And you will very commonly see those words at the beginning of sentences when you're opening with context. Try one of those words on for size and see what it does for you. Let's look at how some other writers are using opening with context. So in your writing, can you find a place, can you find a sentence where it would be helpful for your reader to know a little bit more about when or where or under what conditions something took place? Try one of these awubis words or a preposition at the beginning of a sentence and see what happens when you give a little phrase at the beginning that establishes some context for what's about to follow. And don't forget to use that comma. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Mini Moves for Writers.